How's it going, guys? It's the Big Slate Pumpkin, and in today's video, I'll be taking a look at Sunstar's Halloween 2022 catalog. So this year it released kind of early. Normally it's during the Expo when it releases, but a few days before. Doesn't matter to me. I'm still excited to make a video on it. There's actually a lot of cool things this year, surprisingly. It's all very cheap, crappy stuff in the long run, but there are a few cool items, and there's some stuff I always want to take a look at from them. So I guess without any more hesitation, let's take a look at the Sunstar Halloween 2022 catalog.
Alright, so starting off, here is the first page of the catalog. As you can see, we are greeted with that creepy looking baby skull to the right. That is the cover of the catalog this year. And to our left, we see some of our first products. Nothing is new here. I'm mainly only going to be covering the new stuff, but it's always nice to take a look at their cover of the catalog each year. Last year, I'm pretty sure it was just a house decorated with their items, but this year it's a little bit more creepy, so maybe that will be signifying some of the products we'll be seeing. But anyways, this is just this little front page here, and over here there's just a bunch of wall decals and hanging stuff. Nothing really too interesting considering that it is all old, but cool nonetheless. I really like that free hugs one over there. But anyways, that is it for the front cover and the first page. There's some new stuff on the next one, so let's take a look at it. So coming on over to our next page here, we have a lot of life sizes and hanging props. Now, none of this is new, it looks like, but there's definitely some stuff I haven't seen before, so I'll take a look at some of the stuff I haven't seen. So first of all, that jester-looking guy at the top there, I'm pretty sure it's new. I've never seen that before, but it's not listed as new, so maybe it's just sold someplace last year that really nobody knew about. But anyways, it looks new to me, and I definitely have not seen that one before. I think it is a pretty cool-looking clown prop for all things considered. If you could get that for like $20 or $30, I said be worth it. Otherwise, it's really cheap looking. Anyways, I think it's alright for what it is. Moving along here, we have just a few hanging things that I've definitely seen before. That witch has the moving eyes there. And then down at the bottom, I haven't seen that scarecrow guy before. That's pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure that's just a small little hanging one, but I've still never seen it before, and it looks pretty cool. Other than that, I've pretty much seen everything else here before at least once. It does not look new at all to me, but that is it for our life sizes on the first page here. Surprisingly, not any new stuff yet, or at least it doesn't claim to be new, but there's definitely some stuff here, again, I've never seen before. So, it doesn't seem like there's going to be that much new stuff so far, but we'll continue on. So here is our next page. Now, again, it doesn't look like there's anything new. I have definitely seen a lot of this stuff before, but I'll just talk about the things I do think are new. So first of all, that hanging dude at the top, I'm pretty sure that's new. I've never seen anything like it before. It looks alright. I'm sure it's very small, though, and it really doesn't make sense for a human being to be that small. So I'm pretty sure that's just a really tiny prop there, but all things considered, it looks fine, I guess. Very cheap looking, though. And also that clown to the left of it. I've never seen that before either. And I have to say, that actually looks pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of Terrifier, for sure, with the black and white color scheme. And just the way his face is designed, you could definitely tell they got a lot of inspiration from the movie Terrifier there. Other than that, on this page, everything looks old. I've seen definitely all of this stuff before in last year's catalog, so really nothing else new here, but you could take a look for yourself if you want. Other than that, there really isn't anything much else to talk about besides those two guys, so hopefully the next page will have something in store for us. Finally, our next page gives us some new items to look at here, and I have to say, they're actually pretty cool. So start at the bottom with those candy bowls there. I'm almost certain to say that these are Gemmy products, because sometimes Gemmy products get thrown in the Sunstar catalog, because I'm pretty sure Gemmy either owns Sunstar or vice versa. I'm not really sure how it works, but they are related to each other in a sense. So there are definitely a few Gemmy products in here. So starting off with these candy bowls, they look pretty generic, except for one that really pops out to me, being that skull one. I have to say, I really like the way that one looks. I'm not sure if it has phrases or not, but it definitely looks like it lights up, and it might have those moving eyes that witch has, so that's really interesting. Overall, this guy looks really, really cool, and I have to say, that's probably my favorite thing we've seen so far. Definitely one of the coolest new items for this year. There's always a few good ones. Now, moving up, we see a brand new version of the bookshelf. I'm pretty sure that's just a smaller version. Obviously, one of the books moves on its own. It's pretty cool, same as we've had for like the past 10 years from Gemmy, with one right next to it. So it's cool to see a new, smaller version of that. Moving on to our right of that now, we have a brand new Gemmy radio. Every year they come out with like one or two. My favorite is probably the bat one, but I have to say, this one looks pretty cool as well. I like the skull design there. I'm sure that thing rocks back and forth, and it plays a few songs. overall, I really like the look of this new one. It's a bit generic compared to some of the other ones, but I think it's alright for the most part. Moving down, we see this really realistic looking arm. Now, I was hoping it was going to be a crawling arm, like the crawling hands right next to it, but it would just be a whole arm this time. But I think it just shakes like it says there, so a little bit disappointing, but it still does look very realistic, and it could be very interesting to see how that works. Overall, so for this next page here, overall, a lot of this stuff looks really cool. And I guess real quick, I'll talk about the string lights at the top since I really haven't seen those before. I really like those black pumpkins. The face on it is definitely going to pop at night. That's basically the whole reason why they're colored black, so the faces will pop more. And then also those eyes look pretty cool as well. And the baby heads, not the biggest fan of them. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this next page. I mean, what do you expect from Sunstar? But we got a few cool new gemmy items here. And finally, something new to look at. Anyways, let's head to the next page. So the next page here is really exciting because we actually get a lot of cool products here that some of them I actually really love, and I think they're really good. So I'll go from the left to the right now. I'll start with the inflatables over here. So obviously here we could see a giant Oogie Boogie inflatable. I'm pretty sure this has just been sold for years. I have no clue why it's labeled as new. Same with the sandworm from Beetlejuice. I've definitely seen that at Home Depot a ton over like the past 2 years now. It's definitely been sold before, so I'm not sure why they're labeled as new. But anyways, this woman inflatable right here is very interesting because it has a rotating side. So it moves from side to side, has a rotating waist, which is really cool. And the inflatable itself is cool. Just without the animation, I thought it still looked cool. And then when I read it had animation, I was pretty blown away by it. So that is really impressive, especially from Gemmy. I'm pretty sure these are all Gemmy inflatables here. Again, they put their stuff into the Sunstar catalog. Either way, I think that is an awesome inflatable and definitely one of my favorite things we've seen so far, if not my favorite. That's definitely going up there with everything we've seen so far. So then moving on to the right again, we see this car one with this ghost sticking out the top. I like this one as well. Very nostalgic. I feel like I remember seeing that so many years ago, so maybe they're bringing a very old one back, or maybe not. It could just be new like it says, but either way, I still think it is pretty cool. And then moving on to these ghosts here, there are a ton of ghosts on this page. We have this giant 12-foot one, which honestly looks pretty crappy in my opinion. I'm not sure, even if it's hanging at 12 feet tall, it just kind of looks crappy with the face. Does not look very good. Very cheaply made as well, I'm sure of it. But then all the way to the right, we see another 12-foot ghost, and this one, oh my god, I really love this thing. So it has this shadowy cloak on, and I'm pretty sure those eyes light up as well, giving it a very creepy look to it. I really like the way this one looks. And it being 12 feet tall looks so awesome. I really want to see this thing in person. I doubt I ever will, but it just looks really cool in my opinion, and another really awesome item from Sunstar. I'm pretty sure this is a Sunstar item. I could be wrong though, it might be Gemmy, but either way, it might be cheaply made and might not last too long, but it being 12 feet and looking that creepy is really awesome. So that is probably another one of my favorite things so far. I still like that woman inflatable the best, that creepy exorcist-like woman, but other than that, this looks like the best page so far. I'm really enjoying all the new stuff they're bringing, except for that other 12-foot hanging ghost. I like the shadowy one, not the other one they put out. It looks so bad. Alright, so I just skipped over the next couple pages since there was nothing new at all and they were just a bunch of signs and stuff. Nothing really you guys would be too interested in, and I'm sure everyone wants to see the props anyways, so I just skipped over them. You could always check it out if you want yourself. I'll be sure to link the PDF in the description below if I can. But anyways, here we have the skull page, I like to call this, since everything here is a whole bunch of skulls. There actually are a few new things, so I'll be taking a look at these skulls. So at the top, the first ones we see, it looks like a set of 3, and these are really cool. I love these a lot because they are all designed around the Ouija board, which is really cool. You could obviously see the yes, the no, the letters, and I think that's a really, really smart idea, if I'm being honest, for the design of a skull. I honestly really like that, and I'm pretty sure there's a good chance we might see them at Spirit this year. So these look really cool, and I'm sure they'll be available at a lot of places, so if you want one, be sure to pick them up. I might actually get one myself because these look really awesome. And then moving to the next one, this one I really like a lot as well. It has its brain sticking out and it lights up. I think this is a pretty cool idea for one of them. It looks pretty gory and realistic, and I just think it looks nice in all honesty. It looks really cool in my opinion. I really enjoy this one too, especially with the fact it lights up, and as you can see in the lit photo, it does look pretty nice. And then moving down to our last new skull here, we see this one that almost looks like a snail shell skull, which is really interesting. I do like the design of that. The green also looks really gross and nice on there. Overall, that one's pretty alright, but my favorite one is definitely the Ouija board design ones. That's really clever. I'm surprised we've never seen anything like that until now. Overall, pretty cool. And also, I just want to take a look at one thing that doesn't say it's new, but I've for sure never seen this before, is this teddy bear skeleton. I have not seen that before. Very weird looking, though, and kind of stupid, but also kind of funny. So skipping over the next few pages to get to this one, here we have a few new things, not too much, but what is new is really cool. So start off with these two pumpkins here, which the Sunstar refers to them as aged pumpkins, but I think they're kind of like rotted almost. They definitely are aged, that's for sure. Sun-dried, I don't know how you would say it, but I think aged is the right word for it. So good job on naming it at least. But overall, these guys here are really cool in my opinion. There's something like kind of off about them, kind of creepy, but at the same time kind of cute. I really don't know how to describe it, but I'm really loving these. These are really awesome for sure. Probably one of my favorite things in this whole catalog so far, definitely. I'm really enjoying these two pumpkin guys here. Moving on to those baby head things, I'm really not sure what they're supposed to be. Maybe like, just, I don't know, not too good in my opinion. And then that little ghost thing, fine enough. You could get that at the dollar store. They literally had it at Dollar Tree last year, so I don't know why it says new on it. Anyways, I think this is pretty alright so far for these two pumpkins. I'm pretty sure there's only one more page left to look at. Not really too much new this year, which is kind of surprising to me. I think their catalog last year honestly had a better lineup, but there are definitely a lot of cool things in here, especially those pumpkins. Very, very unique. Anyways, let's continue on to our final page. So coming to our final page here, it's just a bunch of hanging stuff, but really none of it's listed as new except for 3 items, but I know for a fact I've never seen any of these before, at least for some of them. Not the clown scarecrow, obviously that's been sold at Spirit for years now. I'll just talk about everything I think is new because I've never seen it before, so we'll start at the top with this clown dude. I'm pretty sure he was in the catalog last year, so I guess there's not too much to say about him. I've definitely seen that one before. But this pumpkin dude to the right of him, I know for a fact I have not seen that, and I really like the way it looks. I don't think the pumpkin head looks too great, but for the most part, the green light inside looks nice. Then moving on, right next to it, we have this Reagan from The Exorcist knockoff, obviously not officially licensed. The face looks really terrible on it, if I'm being honest. They really weren't going for anything with the face, but the clothes are pretty much an exact ripoff from The Exorcist, so it's a rip-off prop, but doesn't really count since it's of a movie character, which they've done many times in the past, which I really don't cover too much. I only cover other Halloween props, but other than that, it's alright. Moving on, there's just a bunch of stuff I've seen before. Then we come to this new item, which is this witch here. I honestly don't like the way this thing looks at all. It's not creepy, not a good face mold at all. It just kind of looks ugly, nothing good about it. Then we come to this generic skeleton reaper guy here. Again, nothing really good to say. Moving down, we just skip over a few of them, and those light-up skull ones there look pretty cool, to be honest. The orange one looks nice. The purple one's pretty good as well. Then we come to my favorite thing on this page, which is definitely this pumpkin head dude right here. I think the pumpkin head looks really great here. I like the witch hat he has on. It looks very nice. I'm a big fan of this one for sure, and I've never seen it before, and I really do like this one. Then moving on to the other new one we have, which is called the Faceless Reaper Phantom or something like that. I think this one is god-awful. It is literally nothing. It is a black sheet over, like, 2 styrofoam pieces with metal going through them and a styrofoam head. It should not be worth anything, in my opinion. This one really does suck right there. Oh, my God. Just the amount of laziness that's come out of that one. It's just a black sheet. That's really all you're paying for right there. And then that last skeleton dude right there, nothing much else to say about it. So that's going to be it. So I guess let's head to a little bit of a conclusion, I guess, on my opinion on Sunstar's catalog this year.
Alright everyone, so that was Sunstar 2022's catalog. Now, something I probably should have said in the beginning is that this is obviously not all of what Sunstar releases every year. For some reason, they only put a very small amount of what they actually sell into their catalog. And overall, I think this year is a little bit of a disappointment. Just from the catalog though, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of new Sunstar items that obviously weren't shown off in the catalog. But anyways, just for the catalog itself, I'm honestly kind of disappointed. Last year, they actually had some really cool items, especially Jemmy was bringing a lot to the table in their catalog last year. And they even had like a whole page full of like new pumpkins and stuff, and there's just a lot of new stuff for the 2021 season from Sunstar. But this year, I'm not feeling it from them at all. They really did not make any new stuff that was shown in the catalog this year, which is a major disappointment to me. I was really expecting a lot more when the catalog first came out, and I just came out of it honestly really disappointed. There were, of course, a few cool items, but for the most part, no, I'm just really not feeling it from them this year. Obviously, at the end of the day, everyone loves to hate on Sunstar, but there's a part of me that really wants to see them make some cool stuff, which they definitely have in previous years. This year, their catalog was a major letdown in my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. I'm really not sure how to feel about it right now, other than pretty disappointed. There, again, of course, I did enjoy some of the new stuff they came out with this year, but I don't know, just not very interesting. A lot of generic stuff, just, I don't know, wasn't wowed by them this year. Last year, they had a lot of cool stuff. If you want to check out the catalog, I made a whole video on that as well. Had a lot more fun talking about the catalog last year, too. This year, not very excited for it, really. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one, so let's cut to the outro. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think of the new Sunstar items for this year. I have to say, there are a few things I actually really like in there. Not all of it was horrible this year, and surprisingly, there weren't many ripoffs, or I don't think there was any at all. So anyways, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. As always, also check out my merch and my Instagram in the description below. And I guess with all that, as always, this is the Pixelated Pumpkin, signing out.